Hey everyone, it's Ethan or Miss back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another CDL video. Today we're going to be talking about the most recent event, Major 4, which was probably the best major of the whole year. Some absolute bangers this year throughout the entire year, and I'm super excited for champs, but like 100% Major 4 was incredible, and let's talk about it. So I'll showcase my predictions for you guys first. So I did pretty good this major, to be fair. So Major 1, I got 20 points, which isn't too bad. Major 2, I didn't get any points because I didn't predict it. That was the major that I could not predict. Major 3, 0 fucking points, man. Like, what are the odds of that? It's probably harder to get 0 points than it is to get max points. And then Major 4, of course, 25 points. So yeah, did pretty decent here on the Major 4 predictions. I went 50% through winners, and I went 50% through losers. So then I had that phase run in losers, which really helped me out. But yeah, obviously I had LA winning as well, which I also got right. So yeah, pretty surprising, I guess. But of course, a lot happened this week. And of course, here's the bracket and a little bit better of a view for you guys. A absolutely crazy event. Toronto clutch up against the Ravens. Toronto honestly could have won that series 4-1. You know, it's very possible one gunfight goes the other way for Toronto in map 1. Who knows, maybe Toronto actually won that series 3-1 instead. LA Thieves versus FaZe. I mean, Thieves looked incredible this weekend. They looked so good. And again, the subliners looked incredible this weekend. They looked so great. Mutineers kind of pull off an upset against the Breach. Then they get smoked by the subliners and smoked by FaZe. The Mutineers really almost made it to the postseason, but subliners clutch up and get to the grand finals, of course. You get a small losers bracket run from Texas as well. Surprisingly, Seattle goes 0-1 here as well. Minnesota not going to the postseason. It will be the first time in Attach's career that he's not going to champs, which is pretty interesting. No upset from Paris. Not that surprising there either. Big upset from the Gorillas over the Ravens. Ravens go 0-2 on LAN. I tweeted out something that was pretty interesting to me. Let me go take a look at Twitter for you guys. Let me go to my profile. I'll show you some of the tweets I had this weekend. So let me see. So yeah, July 14th, I predicted for the CDL 2022 Major, LA Thieves are champions, and of course, I was right. So nice little prediction there. Kismet underrated, the best roster move in the league by far, which is absolutely the case. Kismet actually liked my tweet, so shout out to Kiz. Toronto has the most entertaining series. Absolutely true. Attach and Havoc underrated. Absolutely true. Chance is one of the best casters in the world. I truly believe that. And then, yeah, this one. Royal Ravens have won 4 of 11 LAN matches this year, only beating the LA Gorillas, the Toronto Ultra, the Paris Legion, and the New York Subliners. Online have a record of 13-7, and on LAN have a record of 4-7, not including kickoff or pro-am. So obviously, yeah, I mean, not looking great for London heading into champs. Of course, it is going to be on LAN, so I'm intrigued to see how they look there. Speaking of champs, well, actually, you know what? Before we get to champs, let's go and take a look at, of course, the LA Thieves winning. I mean, again, first time this organization has won since BO4. That was the last time they won. It was over 3 years since Kenny and Octane last got a chip. Envoy, last time he got a chip was in MW, and Draza gets his first chip. Of course, Kenny, the MVP as well. Again, a really entertaining event. And, you know, congrats to the Thieves. Don't get me wrong, I would have loved to have seen New York win. I feel bad for Hydra, of course. That's his second final in his young career so far, and he's 0-2 in the finals now. First time Paul and Kiz has made a final, as far as I know. I know for sure for Paul, but I think so as well for Kismet as well. So yeah, obviously pretty crazy. Again, very, very happy, and I'm quite fond of the Thieves. Of course, they got a lot of knock this year. I was definitely one of them as well that knocked them. But yeah, I mean, shout out to this team. They were able to pull it off the first time this franchise ever beat Atlanta this event, or also happened this event, which was pretty cool. And yeah, first time the LA Thieves or the 100 Thieves organization won an event since 2019. So yeah, very happy for the Thieves. Again, I'm really happy for Octane and Kenny. Those are two of my favorite players in the league. I really, really love them. So I'm very happy to see that they get some more success. But yeah, so let's take a look at Champs really quickly now. I'll talk about Champs a little bit more in a future video, but here we go. Actually, no. Let's take a look at the standings, the final standings for the year. Let's do regular season, of course. So Paris at 12th with a record of 2-23. Obviously not great. Only winning 31 maps all year long. Where you look at first place, Atlanta won 102 maps. So, Minnesota finishing 11th with 140 points. Very surprising. I think if they had the team that they have right now, if they had that team all year, who knows, maybe a different story, and maybe the Rocker are in the postseason right now. The LA Gorillas finished 10th, the only team to win a major this year and not go to Champs with 155 points. Then in 9th place, Florida Mutineers tied with the Subliners at 160 points, but of course, the Mutineers in head-to-head aren't as good as the Subliners, plus the Subliners have a better record, which I think is where it comes down to. Then you look at 8th place, of course, the Subliners. They make the absolutely crazy run to make it into Champs. I think at the end of Major 2, they had like 50 CDL points, so they triple it. Well, no, I guess they, I guess they triple it and make it to the postseason. So they really clutched up. I'm intrigued to see what they do here at the Major. Of course, Atlanta gets the 300-point mark again. Of course, they finish on top of the league again. Let's see if this loads. This always seems to not want to load. But Atlanta has finished first in every regular season so far. Also not going to load for last year. Nice. Nonetheless, let's go back to this real quick. So number 7 was the Toronto Ultra with 180. And number 6, the Boston Breach with 180. Again, Boston's record is better, which I'm guessing is the tiebreaker between that. Seattle with 185. London with 190. LAT with the win, of course, get to 200. Texas with a win earlier this year as well with 265. And Atlanta with 330. I don't really know how the Thieves don't have a 5 at the end. Because you get that 65-point buff when you win an event. Unfortunately, there's a couple of series here throughout the year where obviously every team in this top 8 probably could have won. That could have gone their way. Could have been a little bit different standings. I mean, I look back at the Toronto losing to Paris. Toronto win that series. They'd be at 190 points right now, which would put them up in 4th, or actually, well, it would put them up in 5th, sorry, because the Ravens have a better record than them. But yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued to see what Champs is going to look like. We've got some really great teams and some really great matchups. So yeah, I mean, obviously the clear winner of the year is Atlanta points-wise and record-wise, but obviously they weren't able to take home a chip this year. So with that being said, let's go and take a look at the postseason. So to start things off, Thursday, August 4th, the first match of the day will be London versus Seattle, which will be a very interesting match. Two teams that are, that we had really high hopes for heading into Major 4. Both, we had high hopes for Seattle heading into the qualifiers in Major 4, but they quickly diminished that. And the Royal Ravens, they just get destroyed on land low-key. So yeah, kind of shitty, but that's the way of the road, I guess. So early predictions, I think I'm gonna go Seattle. Then we've got the most recent champions at Major 4 for LAT versus Boston. I'm intrigued to see how that match goes. I'll probably give the edge to LAT there. Then we've got Toronto versus Texas, which will be a very, very fun match. And honestly, I don't know who I'm going to put there. I really don't. Or who I have winning there. That's a really interesting match. Fuck. I mean, if it's last year, you take Toronto, right? Texas couldn't beat Toronto last year. Now the roles are kind of reversed. Toronto can't really beat Texas this year, so or Optic, I guess. Sorry. So I don't know. I think I'll probably give it to Texas there. Then we go up to the final of round one, which is Atlanta versus New York, which will be a really fun series as well. And I think I'm going to give it to Atlanta. So, yeah, then of course Friday we get losers round one and winners round two. Saturday we get losers round two, winners finals, losers round three, and losers round four. And then Sunday, of course, the best of nine grand finals, the only match on Sunday. So, yeah, that'll be an intriguing series, I'm sure. I'm excited to see who's going to make it to the final. I mean, I have Atlanta winning. I had mentioned in my predictions video last week that me and my friend had predicted that Atlanta places second. After they had placed second at Major 2, I just expected them to finish second at every major. Obviously, they were pretty close. Second at Major 1, second at Major 2, second at Major 3, and third at Major 4. I just think they're going to win champs again this year, which, if that's the case, that'll be 4 straight finals for Simp and Abizi, 3 rings in those finals, which is fucked. 3 rings in 4 years after 4 straight finals appearances would be fucking insane. Like, I think, again, like, you can kind of put that E United team with this Atlanta FaZe team, and this is a dynasty, guys. Like, I don't get why people are arguing against it. I know they didn't win a major this year, but still, like, they're so consistent. And then for Arcides, it'll be his third grand final at champs in 4 seasons, and same thing with Celium. Obviously, Celium with 3 straight. It'll be Arcides' second straight. And if Arcides wins, he'll be a 3-ringer as well. So, I mean, yeah. A 3-ringer, sorry, yeah. So, all 4 of these guys would be 3-ringers, which is crazy. And they're, like, you know, Simp and Abizi are only in their 4th year of competitive COD. Well, Celium too. And Arcides, I mean, he's in like year 6, I think, but still, like, that's absolutely incredible, man. And I do have FaZe winning champs. I just expect that's how it's gonna go. We shall see. You never know, right? But I would imagine FaZe makes it through winners, and then in losers, who makes it through? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm thinking between Thieves, Ultra, and Texas. Probably between one of those 3 teams. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a Thieves final. I mean, they're hot right now. Can they keep that hot streak going? Who knows? Of course, they looked really good on LAN, so it's very possible they continue that run. Texas and Toronto, obviously one of them's got to go to losers, so no matter what, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a repeat of last year's grand final between Toronto and Atlanta. And I mean, could you imagine the views between a Texas and Atlanta, or a Optic versus FaZe grand finals? Like, that would be incredible. Grand finals and champs, Optic versus FaZe. Could you fucking imagine the views on that shit? I could honestly see that stream hitting like 200,000 viewers, concurrent viewers, which would be insane. So, I mean, like I said, I'm going to talk about champs here more, guys. Of course, only 8 teams make it to champs. The 4 teams that don't make it to champs are Minnesota, Florida, Paris, and the LA Gorillas. So, I feel like I've talked a lot already, so I apologize. But thank you guys all so much for watching. Give me your early predictions for champs, and I'm very intrigued to know. So, again, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.